Hey everyone, Tim Schofield here from QBKing77.com. I want to do a quick fun video for you guys, actually highly requested. A lot of you asked for this video. I'm going to show you guys what is on my Android phone, whether it be app, game, widget, all that good stuff. If you have any suggestions on apps or things that could make my phone better, let me know. Just leave a comment if you think one could be better than the other. And I'm actually on vacation right now in Outer Banks, North Carolina, so just got back from the beach, so wanted to stop, take a quick break, make a video. So let's fire it up and see what's on my phone. Okay, so I am using a Samsung Galaxy S6 at the moment as my daily driver. However, this changes a lot, so maybe once every 2 weeks I try and switch phones just so I can get an overview of all the various phones, keep updated on them, all that good stuff. I'll probably switch to the G4 when I get back from vacation. Now you'll see I'm on the stock Samsung Touchwiz Launcher at the moment. However that changes, I switch between the Nova Launcher. You'll see I have Nova Launcher Prime as well, and also the Google Now Launcher. So depending on what mood I'm in and what I feel like using, those are the three launchers that I use. On the Samsung Launcher, I'm using the Material Design theme, which comes in the theme store if you're interested in that. Now when it comes to the texting app that I use, honestly, I just need an app that has a drop down that shows me the message and I can quick reply in, just so I don't have to leave the current app I'm in. So to utilize that, I use Textra, the Galaxy S6 stock messaging app has that, and also the Google Messenger app. So those are the three I'll generally use. And then when it comes to the keyboard I use, Swift Key has just always been my go-to. I always fall back on it. It has, I guess, swipe, you have a number row, dedicated number rows, essentially why I use it over Google Keyboard. I really like Google Keyboard as well. However, it doesn't have that dedicated number row, which Google needs to add. And just overall, I just find myself always going back to it, whether it be using the emojis, or, I mean, it has emoji prediction as well. So if I type something maybe like plate, I don't know if it's page. So page, it came up. You'll see a page that shows up right there. I like emoji prediction as well. I don't use emojis that much, but when I kind of want to have a fun text message or something, Swift Key gives me that option. Now when it comes to the dialer, I'll keep it the stock app. I don't have a custom app for that. And email-wise, I only use the Gmail app, whether it be with my QB King email or just my personal email as well. And when it comes to the browser, I use two separate browsers, Chrome and Lightning browser. I don't know if you've heard of it. Chrome obviously syncs all my data with my browser, all that stuff. And Lightning browser is just kind of a lightweight browser that I really enjoy using. So let's try going to a website real quick. I don't know if I'm close enough to the router to actually connect to it. So let's try technobuffalo.com. Should load it up. Alright, good. So it loaded it on up, and then over here you tap this and you have more tabs. You can add a tab, and there we go. It's very quick, very light, and it works how it should, and I really like it. Pinch to zoom is nice. I can't pinch to zoom on a mobile website like this, but yeah, you get the point. I mean, overall, it's just a really solid browser, and I really like it. I mean, there's not a crazy amount of functionality. You have an incognito browser, a new tab, all this various stuff that you expect out of a browser, and it just works. So Lightning browser is what I use for various things, and if I need something that needs to be synced with my desktop, I'll just go ahead and load up Chrome as well. Alright, when it comes down to the camera, I generally use the stock camera application you'll see here on my Galaxy S6, just using the stock camera application, and I generally do that throughout all the phones that I do use. And then to view those pictures, I will use the new Google Photos application, which has unlimited storage, so when I take a picture, it automatically backs it up, and I don't have to worry about syncing it or anything like that. I can just throw it up on my computer and it shows up. Alright, moving along to widgets. You'll see at the top of my screen here, this is something that comes with the Samsung stock launcher right here. Honestly, on my home screen, I always have a clock and weather widget. No matter what, I like to click on the weather and show the forecast throughout hourly or daily. When it comes to hourly weather, I actually like to run to Google Now and use their hourly weather just because it's just kind of what I like to do. You'll see I'll scroll down, I'll find the weather. I already looked at it, it's not very important right now. So let's go to the weather in Duck. Right, it loads up and you can scroll this bar and know, I guess, what percentage chance of precipitation, humidity, wind, and the temperature it's going to be throughout scrolling. And you can do that with all these various days, just kind of the forecast, all the good stuff. So that's what I like to use a lot. You'll see it's from weather.com, but it's within Google Now. Now another widget I use, I always have on the second page. I only have 2 pages, which seem to be a common thing for you guys. I did a poll on my Google Plus page. You'll see the standard Google search, voice search as well, and a Pandora widget right there, which I do listen to quite a bit. Speaking of music apps, Pandora is one I use a lot of. Coming over here, I use Beatport, which is kind of more of EDM style, just new music, things like that. SoundCloud as well to find new music. And Play Music, I essentially sync my entire library to Google Play Music. So you'll see if I go to artists, albums, songs, I have literally all my songs right on here. It's synced over the cloud. You need data to listen to them, or you can listen to them offline. But now recently they added stations as well that have ads on them, but I might switch over to this instead of using Pandora. We'll see how good I like it. Now when it comes to gaming, honestly I don't do too much mobile gaming. I will do it occasionally though, so I do have a decent amount of games on here. This changes all of the time, so I'm always trying to find new fun games to play. Nova 3 is actually a fun first-person shooter game that I like to play. This is actually campaign mode right now, but however I prefer multiplayer mode. The graphics are great. And it's pretty intense actually, so it's hard to play through this camera, but I mean overall it's a fun first-person shooter. I recommend it to those of you that do actually like first-person shooters. Now Limbo is another game I have that actually is pretty simple with controls. You go left, right, or jump. However, you kind of have to maneuver around, and it really makes you think. You have to move things to kind of jump on things and figure out what you need to do to actually get through the level. It's a little bit difficult at times, a little frustrating as well. But it keeps me thinking, and I do like to play it. I'm trying to get through the story level now. Now another game I like to play that I've actually already beaten is called Monument Valley. The graphics are just really appealing. The sounds are nice as well. It's just overall a fun game. I wish it was actually a little bit longer, the story mode and everything, and I wish it was a little more difficult. However, it's a pretty fun game. I think it's a paid app though, if you don't feel like paying for it. But overall, it's a pretty fun game that kind of makes you think as well. Thinking games are probably my overall go-to. Continuing on, Heads Up's a fun game to play with a group of friends. Two Dots is another game that I'll play as well. Essentially, it's like connecting dots of the same color, and you get through various levels. It keeps you entertained for a good amount of time. It's good for car rides, all that good stuff. So definitely check it out if you're interested in a game like that. All right, let's move on to my social apps. Obviously, as some of you know, I use social media quite a bit. You'll see I just have the standard Facebook app and the standard Twitter app. However, I want to change that. So suggest a good Twitter app alternative for me. Maybe Phoenix, maybe Falcon Pro. Let me know what you guys use. Instagram as well. I have that there. You can follow me on all these, obviously. Periscope is something new that I've actually been using more and more, and I want to keep using, so you can follow me there. It syncs with Twitter as well. So Periscope, you can live stream video, so it's actually a lot of fun to do. You can comment and talk to people, so I actually enjoy doing that. So a Yik Yak as well is something that it's a little goofy. It kind of is a bulletin board. You can actually say whatever you want in any of these, in any area, so it knows your area and it shows up messages that people post in your area. And I have a Netflix subscription as well. I'll watch that on my phone at times. Oh, and I can't forget, I have Snapchat as well. Definitely follow me there. I like to post some things there, you'll see. Maybe you could take a picture of that on your phone. I don't know if that'll work through the screen or whatnot, but yeah, I do go on Snapchat quite a bit as well. All right, let's go through some of the apps that I like to use. Relay. It's actually a Reddit client that I really enjoy. It's probably my favorite one. I tried a bunch of them, and this is just the one that I kept going back to. So if you use Reddit, Relay, it's kind of where I get my news. All that fun stuff that I like to look at. Let's go ahead and go back to apps. Now, Pushbullet is another great app. It lets you sync and view your notifications on your PC. So highly recommended by me, Pushbullet. VLC is actually a video player app. I don't use it too much, but it is essentially usually my go-to for watching videos and all the videos that I have on my device. Allcast is another good one if you are trying to find a player to throw video onto your Chromecast. So I have a Chromecast as well, and I use Allcast. I believe Kush developed that. Don't hold me to that. Android Wear I have because I have a Moto 360. Gasbuddy is another good one for those of you that, I'm sure a lot of you know about it. You can actually just find a lot of gas near you, all that good stuff. You can sort it by fuel type, not fuel type, fuel price, distance, all that good stuff, so you can see all the gas prices in your area. If there's a couple stations by me, I'm going to go to one that's 10 cents cheaper if it's on my way. Okay, to unzip files, I use this app called RAR, obviously in the Play Store. I switch between phones quite a bit, but I like to save some of my SMS messages, so I use SMS Backup and Restore. I just hit backup. It backs up the whole file quickly, and then I email it to myself, and then on my new device, I'll download it through my Gmail app, and then just go ahead and restore it with the exact same app. As I talked about, Nova Launcher right there, speedtest.net, running speed tests, of course. WordPress, I use that to manage my website. AfterShip, it's a pretty good one. I don't have any shipments right now, but you can track shipments. So I hit add a shipment, tracking number, carrier, and title. It'll give you notifications, all that good stuff, because obviously I get a decent amount of shipments, so that's another good one to actually have. ES File Explorer is another good one to scroll through, manage all your files if you're trying to install certain apps, sideload them, all that good stuff. All right, continue on. Root apps. So I'm not rooted currently just because 5.1.1 on the S6 doesn't have it, so I haven't rooted it actually, but Titanium Backup and Greenify are my two main ones. Titanium Backup to essentially back up all my apps and app data as well, and you can restore it if you're rooted, of course. And then Greenify, you can hibernate apps. So you'll see I have these apps hibernated right here that just don't run unless I actually open them myself. And then finally, let's go to Google Apps. So here's the Google Apps that I use most, I guess. Google Plus, Maps. I love Maps. Honestly, I use it all the time. YouTube, of course I use YouTube. Hangouts needs an overhaul, a visual and speed overhaul. Google Keep is fantastic. It's good to sync all my notes on all my various devices. So you'll see I just have a lot of different notes. You'll see on my phone I have the notes for this video on here, and it just syncs between all my devices. Photos, I talked about. Google Fit, honestly, I just use that to keep track of my steps. That's the only reason I really use it. And then Rewards is another one. So Opinion Rewards gives you Google Play credit right there. If it'll give you surveys. So it'll be like, hey, did you go to Chili's recently? When did you go? All of that good stuff as well. And then Studio, YouTube Studio is an app that gives me statistics on the YouTube videos that I post. It lets me know views, just duration, just all that good stuff. Thumbs up, thumbs down. So give this video a thumbs up and I'll see it on my YouTube Studio app. But overall, that's just what I've been using on my phone recently. It changes over time, so I'll keep doing these videos. I'll keep them updated. Like I said, give me suggestions if you want to see some cooler stuff. All that good stuff. That's what's on my phone. Like I said, next video, you'll probably see a completely different phone just because I switch them so often. And that's really it. So be sure to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, and Snapchat's right there as well. And that's really it. Subscribe to me as well. Lots of videos to come soon. And thank you very much for watching, everyone.